Okay, today I will take you guys on a different journey, one that I've been meaning to tell for a few years. And yeah, this is a passion project that is very different from what I do. So let's give it a shot. Human settlements haven't been permanent for very long. In our 300,000 years of history, only 2.3% of those years have we settled down somewhere permanently. Well, no, by the title of the video, I didn't mean it like I found Atlantis or something, because, well, Atlantis doesn't exist and didn't exist. I am here to tell you a story of how I found a lost town in Oklahoma through a book. A book that I had to read for an assignment when I was in university. The story begins with my professor, who was teaching a writing course with a background in American history. Naturally, a lot of American history related topics were used as sample for him to teach us how to write better. One of the assignment was, you guessed it, a book review. After looking through my options carefully, I picked a book named Growing Up with the Country, Family, Race, and Nation After the Civil War by Kendra Fields, this lady right here. In her book, there was a few stories, but a particular story about one Thomas Jefferson Brown caught my eyes. Dr. Fields talks about the interview she had with the descendants of this man, so I have no reason to doubt the validity of the story of this African and Irish descendant and his story of acquiring land from the Creek Nation in Oklahoma, contributing to the American Manifest destiny. They mentioned a town called Brownsville. Brownsville, inside of the Creek Nation, should be easy enough to find on a map, right? So from there, I went on a search to find this town on Google Maps while I was writing the assignment. Because I need to know. I need to find out how one person makes an impact on settling the land modern people live on. So I innocently went to Google Maps and typed in Brownsville, Oklahoma. And it automatically sent me to Brownsville, Texas. That's not the place I'm looking for. Maybe it is harder than I thought. I pulled up the list of cities and towns in Oklahoma in Wikipedia, scanned through the entire list, and again, I couldn't find it. While skimming through the book, I found a place named Wowoka and Mekasui. This new information should lead me somewhere, and indeed it does. I was able to find Wowoka and the streets of where this Mekasui was supposed to be. I must be near Brownsville. So I zoomed in on a map and began to look everywhere. Still, no Brownsville was found. Well, all hope is lost, I guess. This Brownsville must have been a fictional settlement that was told by this family for some reason. Until I found this map in the book that is in a later chapter. Brownsville. The map marked a Brownsville. I was extremely excited to find another clue. On this map, it locates Brownsville in the north of Yeager, south of Bearden, and right beside Manti. Though the map is old and not exactly to scale, it did give me a rough location of where to expect Brownsville. Near Wowoka, south of Bearden, and north of Yeager. After these new clues, I headed back to Google Maps, changed it to satellite mode, and scrolled through every inch of the land in between. I became lost once more. I was able to find nothing but farmlands. Where is or was Brownsville? Nothing besides this book has any information about it. There is, however, one method left. Maybe Brownsville was renamed. Maybe I can find Brownsville through the facilities they had. In the book, they mentioned Thomas Jefferson Brown was able to build a school and a church in his community. And now that is something to go off of. I was able to locate a few churches around, but a school is nowhere to be found outside of bigger settlements like Wetumpka and Wowoka. Even Bearden and Yeager fits those descriptions, but nothing in between. Well, maybe this is it. This is the end of my search for this lost black Native American town in Oklahoma. Somewhere between the fields of Yeager and Bearden, lived a community with a school and a church built by Thomas Jefferson Brown. Thomas Jefferson Brown. Can I find anything about him? I mean, it is a community I'm looking for after all. Maybe I can find some information on him. So I put Thomas Jefferson Brown, Oklahoma into the search bar. And there I found it. I found this obituary on Thomas Jefferson Brown. Unfortunately, this isn't the exact person that I'm looking for, but fortunately, this was the son of the Thomas Jefferson Brown from my book. The obituary says he is the son of Thomas Jefferson Brown and Julia Simon. There is no mistake. I found it. I finally found it. Well, I didn't exactly find Brownsville, but I found it. The book only told the truth. No fiction was added to the story. This Thomas Jefferson Brown Jr. attended Brownsville Elementary School. That is all the information I need as proof for this settlement ever existing. Although I couldn't find a Brownsville on a modern map, this was the story of how I technically found a lost settlement. And yes, I will try to find the physical location of Brownsville sometimes in the future. This journey taught me about the endless amounts of human settlements that have thrived in the past and yet no longer exist on the modern map. Places that had names before and it no longer does. This serves as a lesson of how much is actually lost in human history. Without this book's research, little to no one would ever know about Brownsville, even though it was once a full-fledged community with the school and the church. And whatever is recorded about this place will forever be a footnote of the greater American manifest destiny. Thank you for watching. I will see you soon.